Okay, so now I want to talk about the first con or maybe reason why Denver might not be the best spot for you. And I wanted to put the first one here for you guys today on the topic of what's really talked about probably more than anything else in Denver right now, and that's this word affordability. So affordability is tough anywhere in the nation, in my opinion, right now. We've got a lot of inflation going on. We've got just a very expensive time to be alive. And with AI and a lot of technology things that are, happening currently, but also expected to even more drastically change the scope of how people work and just interact in the job force. When all of this stuff is going on, I think that's all kind of negatively affecting Denver, just to the standpoint of it being a very unaffordable place to live in a very expensive city. In fact, the disparity right now between the average household income and the average sales price of real estate for single-family homes, that is such a dramatic difference when you compare it to other states that are a little bit more popular right now to move to. When you look at states like, for example, Texas, you have a lot more balance there where, the average household income might be $125,000 and, the median or the average sales price of a house might be in the $450 to $500 range, where there's not as big of a difference. Out here in Denver, it's just such a big gap right now. So just to kind of take this a step further, right now, the median household income in Denver is just over $90,000. In fact, it's $91,681 to be exact. Now, when you compare that to the median sales price of houses right now in the $650,000 range, as you can see, that is a massive difference and makes affordability for homes to purchase quite difficult. So I'm just gonna have that be my first and main point that I wanted to get across today, as not only what's causing a lot of people frustration when it comes to buying a home right now, but also it's limiting the amount of people even coming to Denver. If you guys are familiar at all, and I'm sure you are, with U-Haul, one of the largest companies in the country for helping people move to different places around the country, they actually have what's known as their moving index. And this past report that they came out with, they actually put Denver all the way down from being in the top 10 all the way down to number 40 for states that people currently are relocating to. And this is just a massive, massive shift, and I think a very simple metric or a simple statistic to share with you just to really hit this point home. So what this is really telling us is that, the reason that it went from number 10 all the way to number 40, so it went from the top 20% in the entire country for where people were moving all the way down to the bottom 20%. And a lot of it has to do with this affordability. I would also say, though, that one thing that is, I think, dramatically shifting right now in the world is all this stuff going on with AI, artificial intelligence, and more specifically, how that's going to change the way people work moving forward. So, no crystal ball here, but I imagine in the next few years, there will be even more people that are really choosing where they want to live and not choosing based off of where the job is located, but just choosing in general, what provides the best lifestyle. And since Denver does have such a great lifestyle with that balance of an outdoor, active, healthy lifestyle, with all the great urban improvements that are happening with music and restaurants and all that good stuff, it's just, I think, a reason to expect that more and more people will start to choose Denver regardless of the affordability aspect. There's still enough people out there that can afford to kind of live anywhere they want. They're going to be choosing places like Denver just because of the lifestyle, and more people are going to have that flexibility to kind of choose to live wherever just because of technology and this less and less and less people needing to work in a physical office space.